College football Saturday started this morning in Dublin. College game day in Ireland. And how about Nick Saban joining already a terrific game day crew? And then the game was even better. Georgia Tech upsetting Florida State to set the tone for this college football season. From the River Liffey to the Missouri River in Montgomery, Alabama, we welcome you to the FCS kickoff between the North Alabama Lions and the Southeast Missouri State Redhawks. Football is back on ESPN, and this is really a new era of college football today. The playoff expanding to 12 teams for FBS, something that these two teams at the FCS level have been doing for a while. 14 schools switched conferences, and even with all that realignment, it's still Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs that are the preseason favorites to win it all. Well, it has been a long 238 days since we had college football on a Saturday night on ESPN, and boy, we are excited to bring it back to you. Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you. It doesn't get better than game one to start the college football season.
Jay, what a wonderful time of year, right? We're going to have college football from now to the end of January, and you mentioned the 12-team playoff. What I like best about it is under the 4-team format, you lose one game, you're likely out of that thing. With 12 teams, you can lose a game, maybe two, maybe even three. So Florida State fans, calm down, still might be okay. And I think it's just a great thing for fan bases.
Now, this is a playoff system that they've been doing since 1982 here at the FCS level. So they're accustomed to this system, whereas everyone else is going to have to get used to it. And we look at the matchup tonight, two really terrific quarterbacks to set the tone.
Absolutely, very quarterback-driven game. And for SEMO, Paxton DeLaurent, kind of an anomaly in college football. His third season as a starter, has 17 career starts. Guy that really processes information fast, gets the ball out to his playmakers. And then on the other side, Ari Patu, graduate from Stanford, high football IQ. He had to get in that playbook and get that thing quick. Coaches are raving about that California quarterback.
Two really talented players, and for one of those two quarterbacks, they got the experience of a lifetime this summer. Our sideline reporter Morgan Uber has that story, and we'll have kickoff from Montgomery when we come back.
Here in Montgomery, Alabama, and there was no player more excited to take this field than SEMO quarterback Paxton DeLaurent, who had a life-changing offseason. He was the first SEMO quarterback in program history to have the opportunity to be a counselor at the Manning Passing Academy. And of course, it was a full family affair from the Mannings, with Archie leading the way, Cooper and Peyton and Eli, two of the best quarterbacks of our generation there as well. And DeLaurent was one of 46 college quarterbacks across all divisions that was invited to put the experience, was getting to meet Alabama, Georgia's Carson Beck, Ohio State's Will Howard, really building a camaraderie and forming those lasting relationships, guys.
So not only do you get all the Mannings, but it's really a who's who for college quarterbacks. Great company there, Rocky.
Look, if you want to be the best, surround yourself with the best. There's none better than the Mannings, and then some other pretty good college football quarterbacks at that thing too. What a great experience for Paxton.
We're going to have to wait a little bit before we see DeLaurent take the field. It was SEMO who won the toss, but they deferred, which means it'll be North Alabama set to receive. This is the 10th year that the FCS have kicked things off here in the opening week of the season. Got started in Dublin, and here we are in Montgomery. There is nothing quite like game one, a new season. It brings the hope, the dreams, it's all alive, and we're underway from the Crampton Bowl. Logan Collier breaks a tackle and pushed out of bounds just shy of the 20. Here comes Ari Patu in the North Alabama offense. Very talented quarterback, number 6 dual threat quarterback in his high school class. Played 3 years at Stanford. North Alabama staff didn't really think they had a chance to get him when they saw his name in the portal, but here he is.
So he doesn't have experience here yet at North Alabama, but he has experience playing the position. Started against Notre Dame, and again, coaches just talked about his maturity. Learned that playbook over Zoom before he got to campus.
Come on,
And we are going to see tons of unique formations from North Alabama today. They might run a different formation on every down as Javian Allen gets the first carry.
You mentioned that offense, lots of formations, but also as we see tempo. You're gonna get that play from the sideline. That's a tough thing for a defense, trying to diagnose where everyone is. I mean, look at this formation here on play 2.
You got trips pushed all the way out to the near sideline. Nobody on that far side. They go right back to Juice Allen. No room to run, only a gain of 2 will set up 3rd and 7.
It's all about deception with this offense. They go up tempo.
Empty set. Hatu, pressure coming. Batted ball, incomplete. And that's a 3 and out for North Alabama to open the season.
It was a great job by Big Stephen Lewis, the nose tackle, getting his hands up. They want to get that ball up quick. Defense, get those hands up and bat that thing down, right down the pipe. And a great start for SEMO.
And speaking with the Redhawks defensive staff, when we asked about all the formations and you see them pushing 3 guys out wide, they go, just remember where the football is. And that's exactly what Big Stephen Lewis did there on that 3rd and 7. Adam Watford punts it away. This is going to be great field position for SEMO at their own 46-yard line to start the drive. Defense does their job, and now we do get our first look at Paxton DeLaurent. Started his career in the NAIA before coming to SEMO, winning the job. Had a great year in 2022. Then last season cut short with that shoulder injury, but they really like how he's looked in fall camp.
Speaking of looks, he looks the part, right? 6'5", 230. Watching him in warm-ups for the game, that ball just absolutely jumps out of his hand. And Jay, you mentioned he's now healthy off that shoulder injury, put on a little more weight. Looks great out there.
They go with the ground game to start. Brandon Epton, he's a transfer from SMU. Boy, he's got big shoes to fill. We're talking about one of the great SEMO players of all time, Geno Hess, 5,000-yard
6 years at SEMO. First year they haven't had Geno Hess in 6 years.
But certainly a talented tailback in Epton coming over from SMU. DeLaurent pressure, hit as he threw it, bounces it incomplete.
Great job. You'll see with North Alabama's defense, not the biggest group out there, but quick, fast, and they say we're going to apply some pressure right away. Look right in his face. Let's see how good he is at getting that ball out. It was a great job.
3rd and 6 here for DeLaurent and the SEMO offense. North Alabama sends for DeLaurent, flushed right, surveys the field, tried to squeeze it in the window. North Alabama saying incomplete, but they say move the chains. Kyron Downing held on there, gain of 8 to keep the drive alive.
Great job of concentration by Downing. And it looked like DeLaurent had Brandon Epton streaking across the screen, but he flushes out on the run. Great job adjusting the body by Kyron Downing.
They did well to snap the play quickly before replay could get in and really take a look whether that was incomplete or not. Ball might have been moving, but it doesn't matter because they kept it with an up-tempo.
That's a smart decision. Put your foot on the gas and go.
DeLaurent checks it down. Here's Epton. Makes a man miss, has the first down and more. Lowers his shoulder all the way to the 25-yard line. Jermaine Ray Jr. finally made the stop after a gain of 10.
You see Epton in the pass game. That's the other thing that Geno Hess did well, was catch that ball out of the backfield. They required the running backs here at SEMO to be great pass catchers. We're seeing that at Epton early. Showing some blitz here.
Play action. DeLaurent had a man and missed him. That would have been a touchdown. Dorian Anderson had nobody behind him.
It looks pretty clear to me early on here. They say, look, we want to get Paxton DeLaurent off his spot. How do we do that? Let's bring some pressure. Let's see how he handles it. 2 nice jobs bringing some pressure in his face.
And even though SEMO's just outside the red zone, number 6 in white, Dorian Anderson, he's your red zone threat at 6'7". Big target for DeLaurent. Back to the ground game. Bottled up, no room to run for Brandon Epton Jr. Sets up 3rd and long here.
Jay, you mentioned Dorian Anderson, big number 6 for SEMO. There he is right there. He's going to be flexed out to the top of the screen, a size mismatch. You don't find too many 6'7" wide receivers in all of college football.
And he's going against Jermaine Ray Jr., a corner that stands at just 6 foot tall. So a 7-inch height advantage over on that far side. North Alabama sends pressure. DeLaurent throws. It's caught for another first down. 2 big, critical 3rd down pickups, and it's Cam Pedro with his first reception of the night.
And a great job picking up the pressure by the running back, Epton, getting the ball out of his hand quick to Pedro. And you can just tell that Paxton DeLaurent has been in this system a while. Just looks comfortable, looks like he knows where to go with that football.
And there's an injury over on the Redhawks sideline. Phil J. Bieniemy, nickelback for this North Alabama defense.
On the field.
With Bieniemy down, we'll step aside. Just getting started. FCS kickoff. Football is back. Now, it's good to see UCF transfer Phil J. Bieniemy walk off the field under his own power going into the injury tent there. We'll get you an update as soon as we can. Now, it's worth mentioning North Alabama already without some important players coming into this game.
And especially with the injury to Bieniemy, Edwin White-Schultz is missing this game. He was the conference player of the year last year, so maybe short in the secondary.
Paxton DeLaurent of the SEMO offense already in the red zone. Epton Jr. upended, gain of 4.
And that was the one thing they wanted DeLaurent to work on, was take what the defense gives you, right? Don't throw a ball into coverage. He did that a few times last year, but that was a great job. Just take that little 5-yard route, get it in the hands of your wide receivers, let them do some work.
Tenth play of the drive, and DeLaurent is sandwiched in the backfield by Brown, and Epton Jr. in trouble. Gets it off to Epton just in the nick of time, but well read by North Alabama.
Brought pressure, and DeLaurent did a good job of wheeling out of that thing, but Gregory Reddick was right there, slipped the block underneath. That's a great job of a defender. You can't just wait back and let that thing come to you. You got to attack it, come downhill. That'll weigh number 9.
SEMO 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this opening drive.
You got Dorian Anderson top of the screen. Maybe a jump ball situation. Now he comes in motion.
DeLaurent looks that way, but checks it down to Epton Jr. Cuts, has the first down. 3 for 3 on 3rd down on this opening drive, and all of them have been from 7 yards or more. Impressive.
And early on, it looks like Brandon Epton was a great pickup, right, for SEMO. He's done a lot of damage, both in the run and pass game. Talented kid out of SMU.
All fall camp, you're working on 3rd down drills, and SEMO executing on this opening drive. Now could they punch it in for a touchdown? DeLaurent, quick hitter. Here's Cam Pedro, and he's in! Touchdown, SEMO! And it's the transfer from Marshall, Cam Pedro, who opens the scoring. Well executed, 12-play, 57-yard drive for the Redhawks. DC Pippin knocks in the extra point, so it's Southeast Missouri State that draws first blood, Rocky.
And I'll tell you what, SEMO must watch the Kansas City Chiefs that won the Super Bowl. They bring that same play out. Get the ball and punch it in for the touchdown. 7-0 SEMO. Start this game.
FCS Kickoff is brought to you by the City of Montgomery, where everyone has the freedom to live, learn, and earn. And Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Well, the golden age for North Alabama football was the 3 straight Division II national championships 30 years ago, from 1993 to 1995. And the best player on those teams, the Hall of Famer Ronald McKinnon, who played 10 years in the NFL, helped amass a 41-1 record over that 3-year span. And when you can hoist that trophy, win it all 3 years in a row, you're doing something right.
Yeah, and Brent Dearman, you see the head coach, he thinks they can get back to that kind of powerhouse. They just put a bunch of money into a new stadium, new practice facilities.
You see Dearman there. Really enjoyed our conversation with him. You see that 212, you're thinking, is that the area code in North Alabama? No, that's the area code in New York City. 212 is the temperature water boils at, and he felt like last season they spent too much time at 210, 211. They were there, but
what can you do to get that extra degree, right, Jay? That's what he talked about. You and I were laughing. We've heard a lot of good coach kind of euphemisms. That's the first time I've heard that. I like it, though.
And it's tough to reinvent the wheel because you're trying to motivate your team, but that's a new one.
I like it. I like it.
You know, if North Alabama sounds familiar, and it's not because of that dominance in the 90s, you may remember the Lions from their game last November against Florida State when Jordan Travis had that tragic season-ending leg injury, and it really changed the college football playoff picture. That game was against North Alabama, and actually Brent Dearman and the Lions had a 13-0 lead against the Seminoles in that game.
They played well, gave Florida State everything they could handle in that first half. Couldn't finish, but it was a great game.
Went 3 and out on the opening possession, trying to find their footing offensively. Patu, quarterback keeper. A dual threat for sure, takes that one for 4.
Looks like Patu's helmet came off, so he may have to come out for a play.
The good news is they've got a reliable backup in TJ Smith, transfer from Florida Atlantic. They've got packages already built for Smith, and we were expecting to see him, albeit probably not this early.
Yeah, we were alerted. Might see some 2 quarterback situations here, both Patu and Smith on the field.
Trying to establish that running game, and SEMO's run defense has been very stout to start.
I'll tell you one thing Coach Matugowicz for SEMO talked about is we got to get back to fundamentals. And right now, early in this drive, I'm seeing defensive linemen defeating blocks at the point of contact and building the wall. They're doing a great job.
3rd and 4 with Ari Patu back into the game. Allen in motion, looks that way, throws wide open. It's caught. Kobe Warden turns it upfield. Ball comes out, but they ruled the knee down first. The 48-yard line gain of 17.
It's just a great job of Patu. You see man-to-man, what do you run versus man-to-man? Rub routes. You see 14 coming from underneath, rubs off the defender, and wide open. Little mesh concept there, right over the middle. First down, Northern Alabama.
That's the best run of the night for Juice Allen. Transfer from Tennessee Tech. Brent Dearman told us fun to game plan around Juice because you can use him in so many ways, including at wide receiver.
About this formation, they call this Gator 3-by-3.
It's a quarterback keeper. SEMO not fooled. So you got 3 wide receivers on the far side. 3 on the near, and you run it up the middle.
See, they just get you spread out, get you trying to get misaligned, and then just run a simple little dive play. It's just a lot of mind games they play. What it's about is it's about creating hesitation as a defender. I used to hate those kind of schemes because I wanted to know where my gap is, where's my partner at. It's hard when they keep shifting around like that.
3rd and 3, quick hitter. Right back to Warden, and he moves the chains again.
Okay, if you're going to run bubble screens to the outside, you must have wide receivers that want to block. That was a great job on the outside. Those receivers getting downfield, Dakota Warfield and others picking up a first down.
Batu set to throw on a 1st and 10, and it's intercepted. Right off the hands of Tanaka Scott. And just as North Alabama was finding their footing, Adrian Patterson benefits. Ball landed right in his hands, and it's SEMO possession.
That ball goes out of Tanaka Scott's hands. He's 6'5". That ball sailed high a little bit for Patsu. He'd like to drive that thing down a little bit, but the tip drill and Patterson in perfect spot pick up the tip drill there. You know, they talk about with quarterbacks, when you're toward the middle of the field, if you're going to miss, you want to miss low so that ball doesn't pop up in the air. You can miss high to the outside of the field. Inside around those hashes, you want to miss low because of that.
And Rocky, as a former defender, when that ball's up there and landing right in your lap, no better feeling.
Take a shot.
So Laurent, just an overthrow there.
I like that call there for SEMO. Quick change, get the turnover, try to take a shot, try to hit Anderson. I can really see them get him involved. It's always great to get your best wide receivers, get them lathered up, get them the ball early, get them in the game. I like what SEMO does. They really vary their tempo. They'll go fast, and then they'll shut it down, and then they'll go slow like this. It really keeps the defense on its heels.
Peyton Brown, his first carry of the night, goes for a gain of 8 and sets up a 3rd and manageable. Brown, the true freshman from Hillsboro, Missouri. So his first college carry.
And coaches talked about how quickly he was able to grasp the playbook as a true freshman coming in here. Game 1, he's out there making plays.
SEMO has loved 3rd down, and this over 3 on 3rd down. They only to make it 4-4. Blown up, not going to get there. Brandon Epton Jr. met by a purple wall. Gregory Reddick shot in. The first man there.
I'll tell you what, Gregory Reddick is pulling the trigger out there tonight. It's a second nice play he's made, attacking. Not waiting back, not waiting for the guy to come to him. He's taking the fight to the offense.
Logan Leftrick on to punt it away for SEMO. So the Redhawks unable to capitalize after the interception. It's a good defensive hold by North Alabama. Logan Collier back there, calls for the fair catch at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Lions offense will take over. Here in Montgomery, Alabama. Beautiful night on the Mississippi River. SEMO 7-0 lead early. The next weekend, just a loaded lineup of college football for Labor Day weekend. It starts out in Colorado Thursday, 8 Eastern time. And then Temple at Oklahoma on Friday. How about that Saturday lineup on ABC? Clemson, Georgia, Miami, Florida, and Notre Dame at Texas A&M.
I'm looking at my Irish right there. I like them this year, Jay. I think they got a really good team, but that's one heck of an opener down in College Station.
You like them every year.
That's right. I really like them this year. I think they got quite a squad.
Ari Batu throwing on 1st down. Completed pass to Dakota Warfield. So how do you shake off the first 2 drives, Rocky? You go 3 and out, and then interception on a tipped ball for Patu.
Well, the best thing for a quarterback is you throw a pick, but your defense goes 3 and out. You get the ball back. He looks calm. He looks collected. Doesn't look phased at all. You got to remember, they were starting to put together a nice drive here before that pick. See if they can get back to it.
Run the ball here. Huge hole opens up, and Juice Allen into full race. Touchdown saving tackle. Justice Johnson keeps Allen out of the end zone. But that is the biggest play of the night for North Alabama. 66 yards.
The juice is loose. Little simple dive play, little zone, and just let Juice Allen find a hole. And he kicks on the afterburners. They talk about what a great pickup that was for him and how that was going to be a key, getting get Ari Patu a running back that can do some damage and make this a balanced offense. Great play.
Patu in trouble, steps up, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe fell forward for a yard. Well, they call him Juice Allen, and that 66-yard carry really gives the Lions some juice in this first quarter, and they were looking for it.
That's what they needed. They needed a spark. SEMO had most of the momentum this game. Right now, it's time for Ari Patu to make a play in this pass game here.
Quick hitter. Here's Kobe Warden. Well protected by SEMO. Bryce Norman makes the tackle. You might hear his name a lot. He has led this Redhawks defensive tackles his first 3 seasons on the team. Even as a freshman now in his senior season, they call him Mr. SEMO.
Dad went here, his grandpa went here. He is a legend here at SEMO and quite a football player.
Pressure coming. Patu gets rid of it. It's caught, but defended well again. Dakota Warfield.
And this is one point of emphasis for SEMO coming off of last season. They only had 14 sacks. Didn't do a good job getting after the quarterback. So right here, they bring some pressure, force Patu to get the ball out fast.
So what do you do here, Rocky, on a 4th and 1?
I like the call for going for it here. I think you give Patu a run-pass option. Roll him out, give him the option to throw it, or use those long legs of his and his speed to pick up that first down.
4th and 1, Patu under center. Flips it to Allen. Has the first down. Spins his way inside the 5. So a brave decision to go for it on 4th down pays off.
I like that. You want to try to keep that momentum going. They've had a pretty good drive. Like how they got up to the ball quick. Quick snap, toss that thing to Juice Allen.
Patu running over to the sideline. Looks like the snap will go to Allen. He had the 66-yard run to break this drive open, then converted on this 4th down. Now can he punch it in out of the Wildcat? Allen looking for a hole, lowers his shoulder, bulldozes in, touchdown, North Alabama.
Tell you what, Juice Allen is quite a football player. Compact body, 5'9", 200 pounds, and he runs tough down there inside the 5-yard line, and now they're lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Even on special teams, they'll keep you guessing, and it pays off. Ben Harris, the 3rd-string quarterback, finds Tanaka Scott. We told you the formations you're going to see tonight you will have never seen before for North Alabama, and they execute there.
First day of college football. We saw Georgia Tech go for a 2-point conversion out of a swinging gate earlier, and now North Alabama does it, but this is the play that broke it here. Juice Allen just finds a little crease, does a good job. He's small, he hides behind those offensive linemen, and boom, hits it. And then they go with the Wildcat formation and just same deal. Just let him pick a hole and then pounds that thing inside. Tough runner, Juice Allen.
Already 81 yards and a touchdown tonight Brent Dearman loves it, and he also loves this. He is Mr. Creativity. He's the play caller for this Lions team.
And you know, part of that, Jay, is football has got to be fun, right? Players love it when there's some trick plays and fancy formations, and kind of keeps everyone's spirits up. And I mean, look at the excitement on that sideline when you get a two-point conversion like that.
And this is a team that on the previous possession, you have a tipped ball for an interception. You can go, it's not going our way tonight. Boom, you bounce back. The defense holds. You put together a masterful drive, convert the two-point conversion, and now North Alabama in front, 8-7. Ty Leonard back to receive for Simo, and he lets it bounce right by him. Let's check in down on the field with Morgan Uber.
Well, guys, Juice Allen, such a playmaker in this game right now for North Alabama. Currently in the injury tent. He came off the field, kind of collapsed on the sideline. Actually, just came out of the injury tent as I'm giving this report, but came over to the sideline, collapsed, and head trainer Josh Penny had to help him get up, bring him into the injury tent. So we'll let you know when I have more.
Oh, Morgan, yeah, that's concerning. Sure, they're going to keep an eye on that. That's not something you want to see. Who knows what's going on? I mean, it is hot out there. Who knows exactly what's going on, but make sure they get a look at him.
First game of the season as well. Your conditioning might not be all the way back, and Allen did it all on that drive. A broken play there. DeLaurent just fell forward for a gain of 1.
Hey, guys, head trainer Josh Penny just told me it is his left knee.
So we'll keep an eye on his status. Good stuff, Morgan.
Oh, they will need him. He has been really their sole provider of offense through this opening quarter.
Well, let's see if Paxton DeLaurent, again, third year as a starter. Let's see if he can bounce back here and swing that momentum back in the way of Simo.
They're going to try some trickery. The reverse to Downing, and North Alabama not fooled, only a gain of 1.
Tell you what, it's going to be hard to run around this North Alabama defense. Again, they're small, but they're fast. They are flying around out there. It's going to be tough to get an edge. I think a smaller defense like that, you got to go at them.
They have great depth as well, especially on that defensive line. They trust a lot of bodies to rotate through. This was like a hockey line change ahead of this 3rd and 8. DeLaurent under pressure. Down he goes. Jackson, Bratton, and Garrick Ponder combining on that sack to finish the first quarter. And North Alabama, all the momentum right now, Rocky.
That's the game plan of North Alabama. They're going to bring pressure on Paxton DeLaurent, Jackson Bratton, the UAB transfer. It's one that brought her off that right side here. We'll see if they're fast. They're coming. Tie game here.
Coming up next, the UFC Fight Night main card from Las Vegas. You don't want to miss it. The middleweight main event should be a good one. We'll also have coverage on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Plus in English and Spanish. 8-7 lead. The defense has done their part. The second quarter will start with a Simo punt. Logan left trick. Logan Collier miscommunication, and this is an easy flag, first of the night. Feels like every year special teams is the last unit to find their footing in the opening game of the season.
Yeah, I think so much emphasis on offense and defense during camp, and usually see some mistakes on special teams.
Interference with the opportunity to catch a kick. 15-yard penalty on the kicking team. First down.
North Alabama, an 8-7 lead. Let's check in with their head coach, Brent Dearman, who in between the first and second quarter was with Morgan Uber.
Here with North Alabama head coach Brent Dearman. Coach, what is the status of your running back, Juice Allen, currently in the injury tent right now?
I think they're thinking it's a bruise right now. They've got him probably going to come back out with a brace here in a second, so we're going to test it out and see how good he can play on it.
What is the difference you've seen in your ability when you can move the ball well after getting past that first drive? What's been the difference?
I mean, first drive, they stoned us. I say they stoned us, but we really had the pickup on third down right there with a tight end right up the chute, and they just batted the ball down. Good play by the defensive lineman. But we've just stayed on our guys. Let's keep chopping. We're going to get the explosive plays. We got to be able to tempo off of them, and I love the way our guys turn the page and respond. To see Tanaka Scott, who tipped the ball up on the pick, end up getting the 2-point conversion, just lets our guys know that we're not going to hold it against them. We're going to turn the page, let them play another play.
Thanks so much, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And Brent Dearman, known for his trickery, the formations, they're going to keep SEMO guessing on defense, and we see that out of the bag of tricks to start the second quarter for a first down.
It's what it's all about, trying to get a mismatch, trying to give the defense something, keep them on their heels.
They go to the ground game. This is A.J. Phillips, takes a hard hit there. He's used to giving the hits. This is a converted linebacker turned tight end who played running back in high school. So in his final season, he got beat out for the linebacker job. They went to him 10 days ago and said, you want to play kind of a tight end fullback role for us? So he learned the playbook in a week and a half and gets a carry for the first game of the season.
Yeah, he said, Coach, whatever I got to do to get on the field, get me out there. He's making an impact.
Patu, good protection. Didn't pull the trigger, though. Fanned out right. Tiptoes the sideline. Picked up 2.
Good coverage on the back end by SEMO. Again, that was a thing they wanted to work on coming into this season. Last year, 121st in the country in pass defense. And they had him locked up on that play. See what Dearman has in terms of some sort of trickeration here on this third down.
Pressure coming. Patu in trouble. Stays on his feet. Surveys the field. Nobody open. Cuts back. Loses the football. And SEMO has it. Great pursuit of the fumble. McCoy Casey recovers it. Redhawks ball. Punched free by Nassim Caro, and then McCoy Casey fell on it. Patu, his second turnover, 1 interception and 1 fumble.
And Brent Dearman saying, look, don't make a bad situation worse. They had a route combination at the bottom of the screen. It got kind of messed up there, and then the pressure. And right here at this point, tuck that ball, put that thing away, just right at the very last minute, tries to tuck it, but not before it gets popped out. Nassim Cairo knocking that ball out.
DeLaurent throws quickly on first down. Jack Blinkenbeard, the junior from Springfield, Missouri, his first reception of the night, takes it for a gain of 6. SEMO going with a little up-tempo here. Now Brandon Epton, the transfer from SMU, he's really yet to get going tonight. Only 7 yards on 4 carries. Sets up a 3rd and 3 here. Started the night 3 for 3 on 3rd down, but they failed to convert their last 2. They run it with Epton again, trying to push that pile. Might have just gotten there. This will be very close. They needed 3. They still haven't given the signal. Now they finally do.
First down, that was close. Favorable spot.
They needed 3, got 3, keeps the drive alive. DeLaurent sends it to Epton Jr. 3 straight plays where Epton Jr. has gotten the ball, but he is yet to break out tonight.
Great job on the outside. I think that was Bienemy. And they're going to come out and try to block. You look, fighting that block off, getting off and holding contained, forcing that receiver back. Got the cavalry coming. That's a great job on the perimeter there by a cornerback. A defensive back in Bienemy. Like that. You always want corners. You want nickels that can play the run, shed blocks.
DeLaurent in trouble. Plenty of room after the catch, though. This is the true freshman, Peyton Brown, playing in his first collegiate game. He's made a real impact. Takes that for a gain of 16.
And that's what you do, Jay, versus a defense that's aggressive and fast. Use that aggression against them. Get them upfield and just dump that ball right over their heads. That'll slow them down.
They go right back to Brown, this time blown up in the backfield. Deshaun Williams, great pursuit there, really quick off the edge.
A little WWE at the end, too. Slinging them down.
This is what SEMO will do. They'll go up tempo, then they'll really slow things down, where North Alabama's always go, go, go.
I think this is more effective. A defense, when you're going fast all the time, you can settle into that. But when you change it up, that's tougher.
DeLaurent did well to get it away there. Dorian Anderson breaks the tackle. Gain of 17.
There we go. Get the ball out there to that 6'7" young man. Tall, long body. Look at that. Not a bad job, but look at the length, even that arm, that stiff arm. Get some extra yardage, love it.
7 yards after first contact. They go right back to Anderson, who makes the catch again.
I always like a quarterback. You feel if your wide receiver's kind of in it. He's got his mojo going a little bit, so he goes right back to Dorian Anderson.
And after they were just sitting on the ball, now DeLaurent running with tempo. Peyton Brown, the true freshman. He has not been shy in this first half.
It's like a pitcher in baseball, Jay. You're just throwing fastballs all day. A hitter can adjust that, but then that changeup comes, gets you off balance. That's what varying the tempos does to this defense.
1st and 10, play action. DeLaurent, quick hitter. This is Cam Pedro, who scored the opening touchdown, this time wrapped up. Jackson Bratton, the transfer from UAB, who started his college career at Alabama.
Jackson Bratton already making an impact. Hit a nice rush earlier, and then right there playing sideline to sideline. Great looking football player.
Timeout on the field.
And Bratton has a teammate down in the secondary. We'll step aside. North Alabama an 8-7 lead here in Montgomery. The player who was down before we stepped aside was Rover Gregory Reddick, 5th-year senior for Miami, Florida. Good to see him up, bouncing around during the commercial break. Should be good to go.
Yeah, looked like a cramp, and this is the kind of night, right? First game of the season, hot out there. They need Reddick back in there, though. He's had 4 tackles, a TFL, and a QB hit. Made an impact.
Paxton DeLaurent, quarterback for SEMO in his senior season. He has looked good on this drive. 11th play of it, 2nd and 11, just outside the red zone. DeLaurent steps up, room to run. Cuts back at the 10. Big hit at the 7. Talk about laying some lumber. Jabari Hill, and a flag's out.
See what the flag is here. I think I have an idea of what it is, but that play parted like the Red Sea, and DeLaurent took off. I didn't.
There is no foul in the play for targeting.
I'll say he didn't lead with the crown of his helmet. He didn't hit. I mean, DeLaurent was a runner anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. There was a bit of a launch, but that was not a targeting foul. I'm glad to see the referees pick up that flag.
Correct call. But DeLaurent did take a big hit. He's got to shake that off.
That's what America tunes in to see, baby. That's it. So it gets the juices flowing here. That's a good job. That's a legal hit. He'll be all right.
Spoken like the former linebacker.
Yeah.
That's physics right there. DeLaurent just sent flying backwards,
and
but clean hit.
Yeah, it's a clean hit, and he is a runner at that point. He is not a defenseless player. So unless he used the crown of his helmet, that's going to be legal every time.
Peyton Brown trying to weave his way through, churning those legs, stood up at the 2-yard line. Been impressed by true freshman Peyton Brown playing in his first collegiate game. One to just earn the spot on the field, and now he's delivered in this first half.
I always love that when you see freshmen. I mean, a year ago, they're playing high school football, right? And now here they are in a college game on ESPN at 7 o'clock.
DeLaurent incomplete, looking for Cam Pedro again. Couldn't quite squeeze it in there, but 2 flags come in the aftermath. Now, my eyes were on the end zone, and Pedro, these 2 flags are at the 11 and 16-yard line, so something happened in the backfield after this play.
Looked like Danny Joyner, the tight end, was involved. There was some pushing going back and forth with some UNA players.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 33. That penalty's half the distance to the goal line and an automatic first down.
E.J. Colbert called for the personal foul. Brent Dearman, head coach of North Alabama, not happy about that.
Yeah, it looked like there was just something going on in that backfield there after the play, and that's what drew the flag.
Now, Dearman wears that 212 because that's the temperature water boils at. He's hitting 211 right now. He's ready to boil.
211 and a half. That's it. You see just a little pushing and shoving after the play, and
it's that last one where they said,
yeah, it's always the second guy. It's always the second guy they get. You gotta hold your water there.
Broken play, blown up in the backfield. Carter Hensley in his first snap, the backup quarterback in for Paxton DeLaurent. Something was not right there. North Alabama capitalizes loss of 3.
And unless DeLaurent is hurt, I can't understand why you bring in a quarterback fresh his first play of the game inside the 5-yard line. They must have some issues there with DeLaurent still on the sideline.
This has been a long drive for SEMO. 15th play, trying to punch it in with a backup quarterback. Hensley under pressure, loses the football. No whistle. That ball is loose as it stands. Again, it's hot potato finally. Tyreek Daniels picks it up for the Lions. And then it was the old Chris Berman, rumbling, stumbling.
And it was Reddick.
The ruling on the field is a fumble by the offense, recovered by the defense. First down, North Alabama.
They will review this play to see if it is a fumble or not. But as it stands, North Alabama ball, a fumble in the red zone for SEMO. Now, 2 plays to forget. If you're SEMO, you bring in your backup quarterback with the ball on the 2-yard line, and in 2 plays, he loses 22 yards and the football.
Yeah, and then what happened is DeLaurent goes out with the injury to the shoulder here on that big hit that we saw. So he winds up actually going into the locker room.
Important to point out, he missed the last 5 games of the season a year ago with a right shoulder injury. That's to his left shoulder, so a different shoulder as you see him in the locker room there.
Yeah. Well, then after that, the defense saw Carter Hensley, the redshirt freshman quarterback, in his second play, and they just brought everybody off that left side. They sensed the blood in the water and created a big turnover.
And after the first play was a broken play, they really must have smelt that blood in the water, because they loaded up, brought pressure. He lost 22 yards and the football. So what should have been a SEMO touchdown, they're right at the 2-yard line, ends up being North Alabama ball. It's still a 1-point lead. Patu taking a deep shot, incomplete, but a flag flies in. This will be defensive holding against Adrian Patterson.
Pass interference, defense, automatic, first down.
Yeah, all day long you see Adrian Patterson pulling at the jersey. It's an easy call. And I like the offensive play call there, trying to take a shot. Well, you'll see
he held him from midfield on.
Yeah, it's easy.
20 yards of pass interference there. We'll try and get an update from Morgan down on the sideline as soon as we have one on SEMO starting quarterback Paxton DeLaurent, because they're going to either need Hensley to really step up, because they can't have a chance with those two plays we just saw from their offense. They've given North Alabama a great opportunity here. Can they convert? So far, so good. Right over the middle, wide open. Caden Cooper, gain of 21.
That was a great throw there. Tight coverage. Threw that ball right down the pipe in between two safeties. Now they go fast.
Right back to Cooper. Breaks a tackle. Spins in to two SEMO defenders. Gain of 6.
And they are really, really going fast right now. Patu doing a good job commanding that offense. Verbal play calls, getting to the line. And this is the risky run here. Sometimes you see it might be a guy off sides.
Ball start.
Yep.
Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And that is the risky run when you try to go fast. Sometimes all your guys aren't set. You want to go fast, 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 and something like that happens here.
Backed up to a 2nd and 9 after the penalty.
I feel like Patu is really starting to get in the groove here. Let's see what he can do here inside the 30-yard line.
Quarterback keeper. Patu read it the whole way, slides and takes a big hit, and that's the easiest call of the night. Allie Walton coming in with that helmet as Patu clearly gave himself up with the slide.
Yep. It's important to point that out. I mean, the officials are told as soon, the instant that quarterback starts to give himself up, that's when he becomes defenseless, and that's what's going to draw that penalty right there.
And watching it in real time, it looked like Walton definitely led with that crown of the helmet.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, unnecessary roughness with targeting on the defense. The previous plays under further review.
And it's important to note, had Patu not given himself up, that would have been a legal hit. But when as soon as he starts to go down and gives himself up, he becomes defenseless. And then, I mean, there's also crown of the helmet. That's the whole smash there.
Dictionary definition targeting. A couple of weeks ago, the college football team at ESPN gets together before the season, and we go through plays like this. This one might as well have been in that college football seminar, Rocky. Easy call.
Yeah. And as soon as he starts to give himself up, that's the instant he becomes defenseless.
And you hear from former defenders, you're one of them, that when you're in pursuit of the football, it's so hard to put the brakes on, but you have to do it.
Yeah, things are happening, bang, bang. It's a safety issue. I get it. I feel for these defenders out there. You're trying to go hard. I mean, you got a 6'4", 220-pound quarterback running right at you. Your job's to stop him. But, you know, as soon as he starts to give himself up, you got to just find a way to roll off that thing.
And if the targeting is upheld, and we expect it to be, the ball would move half the distance to the goal line, to the 10-yard line, and put North Alabama in great position here before halftime to extend this lead.
There are just some key times tonight where Patu is taken off and gained some valuable yards with his legs. Kind of an under-talked about part of his game. That was a good decision.
You wonder why this is taking so long, because we saw it live and said that's the easiest call of the night.
I just wonder, Jay, if they're trying to figure out the time to put on the clock or trying to find the right yard line. I'm not quite sure, but
we were just told from our production team that they're trying to figure out where Patu started that slide. So where to assess the penalty from.
There.
This should be the 20-yard line.
20 or
After
21.
review, targeting is confirmed. That penalty will be half the distance to the goal line and an automatic first down for North Alabama.
Huge play.
So the ball play.
Number 3 is disqualified from
There
the
we
game.
go. Yeah.
And it's not number 3, it's number 13, Molly Walton.
Yeah, Walton will miss the rest of this game.
You can get a first.
Jared Pedraza. Yeah, and Walton was out there before they
Hey, don't go off the field
reminded
until they
him
tell you. Yeah. Nice try.
Pedraza in at the linebacker spot. 1st and 10 for North Alabama. After the targeting penalty, both quarterbacks on the field, Patu and TJ Smith. Patu keeps it himself. Untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
And that's what that personnel group does, Jay. You bring 2 quarterbacks on the field. The defense is saying, what's going on? Is it going to be a double pass? And then all it is just a simple zone run play to the quarterback for a touchdown.
And they're going for 2 again. They did this after their first touchdown. This is the 3rd string quarterback, Ben Harris. Yep. And then they back up for the extra point. So they showed that same formation. They converted the 2-point on in the first quarter. So that is a standard extra point, and the Lions up 15-7 now.
Like the play call there. A great drive helped out by a penalty for North Alabama. Ari Patu making some plays out there. A little quarterback run right off the side, showing his ability with his legs. North Alabama taking control of this one here.
Labor Day weekend loaded lineup for college football. Kicks off Thursday night at Colorado. Saturday, Clemson, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Notre Dame at Texas A&M, and then Sunday night, USC and LSU. Those are some major matchups to help start what is really a new era of college football.
12-team playoff. We talked about at the beginning of the game how cool that's going to be. All right.
At 238 long days. The last time college football was on ESPN on a Saturday night. We bring it to you from Montgomery, Alabama. for North Alabama, a 15-7 lead. Brandon Epton on the return, room to run, a couple of broken tackles, just the kicker to beat. And a touchdown saving tackle. Sam Contorno, the kicker, putting his body on the line, but still a solid return of 53 yards for Epton.
It's a great job. You know, maybe your defense is struggling a little bit. Count on your special teams and get a spark back. Nice return. Go back to the return here. It's just a good job of reading blocks here and breaking tackles. That's how you draw it up.
And it's still the backup quarterback, Carter Hensley, in the game for SEMO. So the Redhawks start in great field position.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
This is a train wreck for Hensley. Let's check in down with Morgan Uber on the sideline.
Well, guys, starting quarterback for SEMO, Paxton DeLaurent took that big hit earlier this quarter, and it is his left shoulder, an AC sprain, the same injury that he had to that right shoulder last year, and being told he is questionable to return.
There it is, the big hit there. Clean hit, but it went right on that shoulder.
So if you don't have DeLaurent the rest of the way, Hensley's got to start to show something. Incomplete, and it should have been intercepted. Travis Collier in and out of his hands of the secondary. Hensley took a big hit on that play, and there's a flag down in the backfield. It almost went from bad to worse for Hensley. He's already got a fumble on the night. Went in with the ball at the 2-yard line, turns it over. This was nearly an interception.
And look, this is a tough thing for a redshirt freshman quarterback. Getting thrown into the game, tight game. As we said earlier, that the defense is showing no mercy. They're bringing lots of pressure. They're trying to rough up Carter Hensley. Ball should have been picked on that
one during the play and one after the play. Ineligible player downfield. Offense, number 69. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced. After the play was over, personal foul. Late hit, unnecessary roughness, number 45 of the defense. That penalty's 15 yards and an automatic first down.
And we'll see that's Kobe's 6 killer, the offensive guard. Just kind of gets too far. You're allowed 5 yards in college, but just started to break that barrier, and then right here, I'm not sure what he was thinking about on that play. That's right in front. It's Marlon Karuk on that play. I'm not sure what he's thinking on that play.
And another broken play by SEMO. They have not run one clean play with the backup Carter Hensley in the game. Derek Ponder the stop there for North Alabama.
Yeah, I think right now that the nerves are getting to Carter Hensley. He's got to find a way to calm him down. They got to get that run game going. Just allow him to take a breather here. Try to get his head back in this game.
They've run 3 plays with Hensley in the game. Negative 23 yards. Completes the pass there. Cam Pedro, who scored the lone touchdown for SEMO tonight. Positive yardage and sets up a 3rd and manageable.
Not bad. Get a nice, easy completion for your quarterback. Try to settle him down. And you see mass substitutions here on defense for North Alabama. Bringing some fresh bodies in. Crowding that line of scrimmage.
3rd and 2. Epton lowered his shoulder, not going to get there. Only got 1. What do you do here, Rocky?
I think you go for this thing right here. This area of the field, I think it's too far for a manageable field goal. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Get up that line, try to quick snap them. Hard to do with your backup quarterback in, though.
Hensley was trying to go right under center.
They spotted the ball a different place.
And now North Alabama has time to get set and get a good push here.
Lose the element of surprise.
The clock continued to run, and it runs right into the 2-minute timeout. New to college football
Something
this
new
season.
to college football, yeah.
In the second quarter and the fourth quarter, when you hit that 2 minutes, much like the NFL, 2-minute timeout. So we'll take it with them. SEMO ahead of a 4th and 1, trailing by 8. Oh, Matt, football is back. We are fired up. In football, all about situations like this. 4th and 1, trying to keep the drive alive before the 2-minute timeout. Looked like they were going to try a quarterback sneak. Now in the shotgun here on a 4th and 1. Anderson in motion. They go to the freshman Peyton Brown, churning those legs just enough for the first down.
Good job by Jackson Bratton filling that hole, but forward progress certainly is going to move those chains. Nice collision, linebacker and running back. Peyton Brown is able to churn those legs and pick up the first.
Play action. Hensley loads up, throws a deep ball. Incomplete. Tried to place it to Braden Thompson, the tight end.
Thompson should have that ball. Love the play call, rolling him out a little bit and try to come back the other way on the wheel route.
This is far from ideal for the Redhawks. You got a backup quarterback and a true freshman, Peyton Brown, in the backfield at running back, and yet they're finding ways. That was a good play design.
Good play design, well-placed ball. He's got to come up with that.
It would do a lot for their momentum and their confidence headed. Design screen. Brown turns upfield, doesn't go down until inside the 20. Another first down from the true freshman, Peyton Brown.
Second time we've saw the screen be used against this defense as attacking, getting upfield, dumping the ball over their head. How about Paxton? Should be Peyton Brown.
Pressure coming. Hensley in trouble. Throws it away.
And I believe North Alabama is going to keep bringing pressure on the redshirt freshman quarterback Carter Hensley until he does something to get him out of it. He so far in this game has not shown the ability to find an open wide receiver when they blitz.
Trips left, looking that way. It's caught. Cam Pedro has it. And a flag comes in. Pedro inside the 5-yard line. He's got the lone touchdown for the Redhawks tonight.
Interference. Pass interference. Number 6. 15-yard penalty. Still second down.
Call out on Dorian Anderson.
This back SEMO up.
And that's a shame because that was a nice job by Hensley. They brought pressure again, but he did a good job finding, I don't know, that seems pretty ticky-tacky there. So it wasn't like he extended his arms out and tried to throw a block. It was a pick route nonetheless, but.
Instead of the ball being inside the 5-yard line, SEMO backed up all the way to the 32. Tall task here for the backup quarterback, Carter Hensley. Completes the pass, turning upfield, Blinkenbeard. Gain of 8. And now do you just try and set something up for your field goal unit here, Rock, inside the 25?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's what their MO is here, going slow. Still have 3 timeouts.
Under 30 seconds left in the half, and it's North Alabama who takes a timeout.
Timeout, North Alabama. 30 seconds. That's their first of the half.
It's going to force them to run this 3rd and 17. Well, for the opening weekend of the college football season, we certainly have had a fun first half. Lots of action.
As early in the game, interception, ball gets tipped up in the air. Gives SEMO some momentum. A little 2-point conversion. This was the point where SEMO started to get some momentum, and then this was the play of the game so far here. This has been the big difference. Paxton DeLauren out of the game, and North Alabama has started the feeding frenzy on Carter Hensley so far.
I think it would do a lot for Hensley and this SEMO offense just to put 3 points up on the board.
I agree. I mean, you can go into halftime here with as crazy as the last part of this quarter has been, down 5 points.
Hensley, good protection, steps up, right on the money. Dorian Anderson, a bullet thrown from Hensley. That's more like it, gain of 31. SEMO uses a timeout. They've got 3 of them,
30
now
seconds.
2.
That's their first of the half.
What a big-time throw by Carter Hensley. Yeah, there you see him. It seems like all that pressure and the weight of the world has just come off his shoulders. What a confidence builder. Little stun up front, good job blocking, and just threads the needle right in between 4 purple jerseys. That's a big boy throw by Hensley. Love seeing a young man that had kind of a rough start to his tenure here come up and make a big play at a crucial moment.
Overcoming all that adversity to throw a right on the money dime. And with 22 seconds left to this first half, you still have 2 timeouts.
You've got 2 timeouts.
So you can run this football. You're going to have at least 3 chances to punch this thing in.
100%. You have 3 chances here. You get a crack at the end zone. And most importantly, with those timeouts, you can run the ball.
And it's the true freshman, Peyton Brown, in the backfield. 21 yards on 5 carries tonight in his first collegiate game. Brown gets the carry, powers in! Touchdown, SEMO! Peyton Brown's first collegiate touchdown caps at 11-play, 51-yard drive.
And what a swing of emotion. We thought maybe SEMO could go into halftime with a long field goal, but a beautiful throw by Hensley sets up a 1-yard plunge by Peyton Brown.
And the offense has stayed on the field. Redhawks going for 2 to try and tie this game at 15, headed into halftime. Hensley, pressure coming, in trouble, gets rid of it. Right through the hands of Danny Joyner. North Alabama protects his 2-point lead.
And that was tough. He had Brandon Epton, the running back, run right to the flat. I think he pulled that ball out quick and shot it to Epton. He might have had a chance to get in. You'll see right there, he's open right now. Just a little hesitation, then he couldn't throw that ball in. He's got to try to fit one into a tight window there. That's a great job by North Alabama, holding that 2-point conversion. I mean, if you're SEMO right now, I mean, you are feeling fantastic right now because you get the touchdown, you got your quarterback, your redshirt freshman backup quarterback, Carter Hensley, seemingly settled down and kind of in the flow of this game, making a couple plays.
Now, if you're North Alabama, you pride yourself being on a risk-taking team. A lot of trickery in this first half. You have 2 timeouts. You have 18 seconds. Do you think about taking a shot here?
I think you do. You got the quarterback that can do it. I think you know, your first play, you try to get a big chunk yardage play. And if it works out, then maybe you try to press a little bit.
So we're getting you started on ESPN. First Saturday of college football. Next Saturday, you got Clemson, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, all right in a row, all on ABC. That is called, you're sitting on the couch for 12 hours.
All day long, that's it. Order to take out and sit there all day. You know, they're going to go the 4 wide set, and you can see SEMO's defense is got 7 guys back at the first down marker.
They run it with Juice Allen. Good to see him with the ball in his hands again. He had 81 yards in that opening quarter. His first carry of the second quarter there. North Alabama content to take this 2-point lead into halftime. SEMO set to
That's the
receive
end of the first half
to start the second half. Well, football is back, and we've got a competitive game here in Montgomery, Alabama. Let's take you into the studio. Matt Barry and crew will get you caught up on what happened in Europe earlier today. In the capital of Alabama on the first Saturday of college football. The lights are on, football is back, and we've got a good game, 2-point game here in Montgomery. North Alabama 15, SEMO 13. And the Redhawks, credit to them, 2-point game, and they are down their starting quarterback. Paxton DeLauren absorbed a big hit. Jersey's off, doesn't look like he's going to return for this second half. So it's Carter Hensley the rest of the way for the Redhawks. And Rocky, I'll tell you what, SEMO showed something on that final drive. They're still in this game.
They didn't. How about Carter Hensley? Came in disaster to kind of start off his 4 or 5 plays of that game, but then really settled in, had a nice completion on 3rd and 23, and did a really good job trying to get in some of that momentum back. But as we saw, it was this big hit. This is kind of the turning point of that game, of that first half there. Hill with a big hit. DeLauren goes to the sideline. Again, the first 5 plays of Hensley had the big fumble of -19, and then here it was on 3rd and 17, hits Anderson for 23 yards. And then from there, Peyton Brown punches it in. Great job of the young quarterback settling in and leading his team.
The Redhawks get the ball to start this second half. Let's check in with the halftime adjustments for SEMO down with Morgan.
Well, guys, quarterback Paxton DeLauren will be out for the remainder of this game. We see him, no jersey on, that left shoulder taped up, but his leadership will be relied on in this game. He's one of the best leaders on this team, and the coaching staff said one of the best leaders that they've ever been around. And Carter Hensley will certainly need that leadership here. And talking also with head coach Brent Dearman, he said nothing will change for their scheme defensively. He was impressed with the way that Hensley came in and responded and led that final drive of that half, but he also said he's been so impressed with his defense, that purple swarm, the way that they've been getting to the ball.
Buckle up, here we go in the second half of a 2-point game on a Saturday night. We've got football on ESPN, college football, for the first time in 238 days. This is a critical drive for the Redhawks to start this third quarter, Rocky, because you ended strong. You saw signs of life from Carter Hensley, but if you can go down the field, take the lead, that'll be a big statement to start this second half.
No doubt about it. I think you can continue to lean on your run game. Peyton Brown has been great. Brandon Epton, both your running backs. Continue to let your quarterback, redshirt freshman Carter Hensley, just thrust into duty. Let him to relax. Don't give him the feeling he's got to put this whole team on his shoulders and go win this game. Lean that run game a bit.
Epton couldn't quite turn it upfield. Lost 2.
Brandon Epton, we talked about how hard it is going to be getting around this defense. As quick and fast as they are. Got to keep trying to pound away at them inside. Go vertical on that D.
Second and 12, play action. Hensley steps up. Just a little short there. He was trying to pick out Dorian Anderson. Missed him. Third and 12 upcoming.
It wasn't a real confident throw by Hensley right there. It didn't look like he really wanted to step into that thing. Came up short. I can only imagine what it's like for, you know, we talked all game. This whole team are going to lean on Paxton DeLaurent coming back from injury last year. Now this is Carter Hensley's
very
job.
Much the identity of the SEMO team. Their starting quarterback, DeLaurent. Pressure coming on a third and 12. Hensley throws it out of bounds, trying to go to Anderson again. And that's a 3 and out to start this third quarter.
North Alabama, more times than not, has brought pressure on Hensley on those key third downs. And that's what you do to a young quarterback. You know, let's see how calm and cool and collected he is back there. He's done a decent job, but for the most part, that pressure's been able to force a quicker throw than Hensley wanted.
Logan Leftrick punts it away cleanly. Logan Collier retreats from his own 26. Can't split the tackle. Gets to the 30. That's where Ari Patu and this North Alabama offense will take over. What are your impressions of the transfer from Stanford in that first half?
Well, I think, look, kind of a similar situation. Things started off bad. He gets the early interception on the tip ball, and then he tries to tuck one and run, and the fumble happens. But look, he's an older guy. He's got some experience out there. He settled in, made a couple nice throws toward the end of that first half. And here on the touchdown run, they bring in the backup quarterback, TJ Smith, in, motion him out there, get a nice kick-out block by the guard, Ryan Walker, and he just punches that thing in with his legs. I think his composure is really impressive. Even when things were bad, he looks composed, doesn't look like he gets rattled out there at all.
91 yards in that first half, 61 through the air, 30 on the ground. Graduated in 3 years from Stanford, puts his name into the portal. Head coach Brent Dearman didn't think they had a prayer at him. He recruited him heavily when he was the offensive coordinator at Kansas. He ends up going to Stanford. Here they are reunited as Dearman the head coach, and his second college start ever. Only started one game in those 3 years at Stanford. It's incredible. He graduates, walks across the stage on June 17th. Rocky shows up in Florence, Alabama, the very next day to start learning this offense.
And Dearman was actually trying to recruit his brother. His brother was in the portal, and he said, well, we have no shot at getting you, Ari, but maybe we can get your brother. And Ari calls back a couple days and said, hey, I'd love to come down here to North Alabama. And careful what you wish for. That turned out to be a good thing.
3rd and 8, Patu in trouble, scrambles out of it. Has the first down. Ari Patu showing that dual threat ability on a 3rd and 8. Breaks free. 25-yard gain.
What a huge play and what a demoralizing play, because SEMO had great coverage on the back end, but you get an athletic quarterback, deceptively fast like Patu is, and that's a backbreaker for a defense. It's kind of the under-talked about part of his game is his scrambling and running ability. Looks great.
Kobe Warden, he's been the bubble screen guy tonight. Rips that off for a gain of 10 and another first down.
Yeah, they've tried that. They've had a lot of luck with that play to the outside here. Now you see the tempo getting lined up fast. Well, they got to move the chain, so it's going to hold it back a little bit. Dearman out there calling the shots with this offense, trying to get him lined up.
They go to Juice Allen, no room to run.
Juice Allen's been a little bit quieter. It was early in that first half here. He popped a long run right up the gut.
81 of those 93 yards in the opening quarter. Battling through some left knee pain. Good to see him out there in the third quarter. Patu this time can't escape. Lost the football as well. Caro shot out of a cannon. Got Patu cleanly. Nassim Caro untouched into the backfield. Loss of 9. North Alabama does have the football though.
Yeah, Caro did a nice job from that interior position. Not even a line stunt. He just beat him with quickness. Beat the center with quickness right out of A-gap.
The runner was down before the ball came out.
That's always tough when you get defensive lineman down there that has those quick twitch muscle fibers, can read that snap count and get off on the ball. That's tough.
3rd and 16, well out of field goal range as well. Patu surveys, rolls right, nobody open. Trying to squeeze it over on the sideline. Sails incomplete. Dakota Warfield was the target.
I like that call there for SEMO. They dropped 7 into coverage, rushed 3, and had a spy on Patu in case he decided to take off. And up short.
And you know Brent Dearman does not want to punt this ball from the SEMO 39, but he's got no choice with it being 4th and 16. They're a team known for trickery, but on 4th and 16, you don't have to worry about anything. Ball bounces out of bounds at the 6-yard line. SEMO battling with their backup quarterback in. Still only trailing by 2. They're right in this game. Now there's SEMO starting quarterback Paxton DeLorme, who's been ruled out for the rest of this game. He missed the last 5 games of the 2023 season due to a shoulder injury in his right shoulder. This is to his left shoulder. Great numbers, Rocky, before he came out of this game. Only 3 incompletions, a touchdown. He had the SEMO offense rolling, and this is a tall task now for Carter Hensley to step into some big shoes. The redshirt freshman starting from his own 6-yard line. We go to Peyton Brown, who rumbles forward. Gain of 7.
Despite the injury for DeLorme, guys, his spirits have been so high, high-fiving, fist-bumping all of his teammates. And in the ear of quarterback Carter Hensley with this new iPad technology, and still trying to do anything that he can to contribute for this team.
Defensive injury.
And we've got a defensive injury. Garrick Ponder down for North Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate for DeLorme because he was really starting to, you felt like he was getting into the flow here and getting back into the swing of things. Had some good numbers before he took that big hit. You just hope for both him and this SEMO team, this is something that's not going to put him out for an extended period of time.
You know, we mentioned the injury from last year. You know, SEMO, a disappointing season after a 2022 campaign that saw 9 wins. You made the FCS playoffs, so high expectations a year ago, and you go 4-7. You lose your starting quarterback for the last 5 games. You know, their head coach, Tom Matukowicz, called it a painful gift. Will be a lot better this year, and you don't even make it through the first half with DeLorme healthy.
That's what's tough. Yeah, kind of, you know, last year they had a really good veteran team, and he went into camp saying, okay, we're not going to go real hard, don't want to get our guys injured, and he felt that affected just their whole mentality that season. So this year, get back to getting after it in camp, but no matter what you do, you start a season without your main trigger man. That's just never a way you want to do it. I mean, so much in today's football relies on that quarterback, and when you got a good one like DeLorme, it's tough when you lose him.
And they've brought the cart out. With Garrick Ponder down, he missed last season with an injury as well.
See him off to the left side there. I'm not sure what happened. Just like he went down and got landed on.
Ponder carted off. And the drive resumes. The backup, Carter Hensley in at quarterback for SEMO. In week one, we trying to find your footing, and it doesn't help when you have all these disruptions. We go right back to Brown, true freshman with his 8th carry. This will set up 3rd and short.
Well, that was key, getting a few yards there, because I think SEMO can run the ball here instead of having to drop back, where you know North Alabama is going to bring a bunch of pressure. That's what this game is going to come down to. Can Carter Hensley deal with the pressure that North Alabama is going to bring? If they pass this, it looks like it's going to come right here again.
Pressure comes, but it doesn't stop the 1-yard gain to move the chains. No, it's not going to be pretty offensively for SEMO when you got a backup quarterback like that week one, but if you can just find a way to keep chipping away, move the chains, it doesn't have to be pretty. You just need to find a way to grind this one out.
Well, 2 things. You got to rely on your run game, and you got to rely on your defense. Your defense can keep it from getting out of control, where now you don't have to put the ball in the air a ton. You can keep this thing close, short pass game, run the ball. I think that's the game plan right now for SEMO.
And what North Alabama can do defensively is really load that box when you know the run is coming.
Correct, and that's exactly what they're doing. Again, it's going to come down to, can SEMO and Carter Hensley beat this loaded box, beat the pressure in the pass game? Can you get some quick passes to the outside? I mean, that's what takes a team out of stacking the box. Get that ball to the perimeter a little bit and force that defense to stretch back out. Then you can start to hammer away inside.
Hensley, clean pocket, fires over the middle. It's caught. Gain of 8. Downing the slot receiver, and another North Alabama defender goes down. That's Reddick. He's already been down once tonight.
Good job. You're going to see Barry Womack running into the referee. Taken out there. Never helps.
Timeout on the field.
Reddick, who made the tackle there, staying down. They just had Garrick Ponder a few plays previous get carted off. Now we'll step aside ahead of a 3rd and 4, 2-point game. FCS kickoff to start the college football season. It was a very clean first quarter. Didn't have any penalties, didn't have any injuries, and now the injuries are starting to pile up, especially for North Alabama defensively. Gregory Reddick, you see, trying to stretch out, get going over on that sideline. I mean, clearly cramping here in the 3rd quarter. And Rocky, you're a former player. This seems to happen every season. Game 1 where defensive guys just can't seem to get that conditioning down. They keep cramping up.
Yeah, it is. Look, it's a hot, humid night out here tonight, and North Alabama's defense, they've been on the field 50 snaps. Never, not one day in practice during the fall are you on the field playing 50 snaps. They're going to have to endure here.
Big hit on a 3rd and 3. Stopped well short. Brandon Epton did well to hang on. That's Jackson Bratton, the transfer from UAB, who started his career playing for Nick Saban in Alabama, showing why on this hit.
Yeah, Brock Carabeau, the defensive coordinator, was raving last night about Jackson Bratton. Just saying, he's just a different guy out here at the FCS level. Obviously, former Alabama, UAB last year. That was a heck of a play flying down for that ball.
But North Alabama back to receive this punt. Logan Collier lets it bounce. This will be excellent field position for the Lions. The time now for some random fandom. New segment Rocky and I are doing this year. Meet Chuck Beard, whose love for North Alabama began all the way back in 1949. He played offensive line on the very first Lions football team. Well, 75 years later, Beard, now 95 years old, passionate as ever for his beloved Lions, and he had a message to share this week.
I'm excited for the season to start and to watch the UNA Lions on ESPN. Good luck, it's England. Roar Lions!
To me, the backbone, the heartbeat of college football are guys like Chuck Beard. The fans, whether you're at home or in the stands, fandom makes college football. So this year, Rocky, you and I are going to look for some random fandom wherever we are each week.
We're going to find some great stories, some crazy fans, but that's what you love about this game. Young and old, everybody loves college football, even at age 95, so getting after it.
Chuck and his wife Elaine, they've been married 70 years.
Oh, my God.
They love North Alabama football. They never miss a home game. 75 years of North Alabama football. And he's watching at home, hoping his Lions can hang on to this 2-point lead. Third down upcoming. This seems like a big opportunity for North Alabama. SEMO offensively starting to stall with a backup quarterback. You've got to add some cushion to this 2-point lead.
You got to add some cushion to it. And again, you got to start, put some points on the board and force the backup quarterback to have to do things he's not comfortable doing, which is putting the ball in the air a bunch. This is a critical third down here for Patu.
Empty set for the transfer from Stanford. Surveys, rolls right. Nowhere to go with it, and he's flushed out of bounds. Jared Pedraza in pursuit.
And Jay, you talked about it. The SEMO defense is not flashy. They don't do a bunch of complex blitzing and things like that. They're rushing for, dropping guys into coverage. And they're not giving any room for Patu to throw that football. Just simple, fundamentally sound defense. I love it. All my 2 years with the Colts, we played about 3 coverages. Cover 2, cover 3, and cover 1. We knew we were playing it. We knew the offense knew we were playing. We knew the people in the stands knew we were playing it, but we knew how to play that defense and how to get to that football.
Miss hit here on the punt. And all the North Alabama fans in the stands are at home like Chuck Beard. They're thinking, we need some more points. We got a 2-point lead, but this is close. Love sharing stories like Chuck Beard. If you got one, hashtag random fandom. I don't know if we'll get a better one than Chuck Beard all year. Now, this is a historic venue. We're starting a college football season. The Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama, built all the way back in 1922, more than 100 years ago. Originally a baseball stadium, but now primarily used for football. Look at that right there.
Very cool.
Blue-gray football classic, collegiate all-star game, usually played on Christmas Day. Started in 1939. They played it all the way until 2001.
It's a good-looking stadium.
We've got a competitive game, 2-point lead for North Alabama. SEMO not going down without a fight. Their defense, Rocky, has kept them in this game. What can this offense start to produce with a backup quarterback that outside of one throw is yet to find his footing?
I think they got to keep doing what they did just there, which is attack this defense downhill. Again, they're quick. You're not going to get around their edge. But as this game wears on here, you hope that in those body blows you keep throwing inside. One can break here. And then once you start pounding away with that run, then maybe you come out for the play action, help Carter Hensley out.
Hensley pump fake, now throws. Wide open, beautiful ball, Dorian Anderson. He's been the top target tonight, whether it's been Hensley or DeLorean in. His 4th reception, 61 yards.
I like that play call there. They run a wheel up the sideline, and then Anderson follows right in behind, a little pump, and lays that ball in here. Carter Hensley has made some nice throws tonight. Great, you see Cam Pedro running that corner off, and then Anderson comes right back underneath him.
Hensley, quarterback keeper, lowers his shoulder. Flag comes out.
What the fuck's he calling? No fucking.
Holding, offense, number 19, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
And normally I would like the idea of having your quarterback run around a little bit, but if you're SEMO, can you afford to put your second string quarterback at risk?
The two teams with very contrasting styles coming into this game. North Alabama, they want to go up-tempo, like the scoreboard up. SEMO, comfortable playing a slower game, grinded out style. So the tempo, you would think, is favoring the Redhawks. But at some point, you need some offensive production. This will help. Positive yardage again going right back to Anderson for a gain of 10.
Yeah, Hensley and Anderson have something going on right now. Let's keep it going. Now here we go with SEMO with a little tempo.
And another play blown dead. The penalties piling up. This is a false start.
False start. Offense for 83. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And I know it's week 1, but the penalties are really piling up. Very choppy game. So how can you find a rhythm offensively if it feels like every other play, someone's cramping injury, there's a penalty?
I think that the hard part here is, you know, right now they try to go a little tempo and try to, you know, go fast, go slow, that sort of thing. I think right now you just gotta look. Let's flush it out here. Let's simplify things as much as possible. Make sure we get lined up and make a good play call and execute it.
Finally, some room to run. Brandon Epton bursts through the hole. That's a gain of 11. Transfer from SMU finally showing that speed. They're high on this junior out of Dallas, Texas. Just hasn't had the opportunity so far tonight. That's his biggest run of the night. Gain of 11. And another
timeout on the field for a defensive injury.
North Alabama defender is down. That's the true freshman, Josh Anglin.
Yeah, I mean, that's a telltale sign for cramping right there. Trying to stretch those calves out.
Well, guys, I've been running sideline to sideline with all of these injuries happening here today, and I can attest it is warm. It has not cooled down. There's no breeze out here. And when I was on the North Alabama sideline, I noticed a concerted effort from that training staff trying to pass cups with electrolytes to guys, you know, more and more, especially after all of these cramps happening as of late.
Morgan, you're running sideline to sideline. You're not cramping down there, are you?
Yeah, Morgan's finding a way to get it done. Come on.
I've been staying hydrated. I'm on water bottle number 3. But let me tell you, I'm going to need some electrolytes after this one, I think, too.
Yeah, as we discussed, it's always tough these first games of the year. Hot.
We've seen 7 North Alabama players go down in this game. SEMO getting stretched out as well. Between that and the penalties, I hate beating this drum, but it's just so tough to get an offense in rhythm.
Yeah, and offense has to have rhythm. But, yeah, I mean, every other play, it's an injury, it's an offsides. And, I mean, the injuries, the cramps, not much you can do about it, but stay hydrated. But they got to stop the foolish penalties.
Third and 4. They go to the freshman, Peyton Brown, and he picks up the first down again. Quickly turning into Mr. Reliable, the true freshman.
And now, despite these stoppages, they've rattled off about 3 great runs in a row here. So I feel like that run game is starting to get in rhythm. Here we go with a quick count.
Hensley, play action. Fires into the chest of Cam Pedro. He's thrown down, gain of 9.
RPO, run the ball, then they pull it out, hit the slant.
Right back to Brown, and he rumbles forward for another first down. When you need a first down, 22 in White has delivered.
You can see why they're going tempo. Tempo forces you to get into a rhythm. You get a good play, boom, get up to the line, make another good play. Starting to string a couple together here.
How about that stat line for the collegiate debut for Peyton Brown? A touchdown and more than 50 yards between receiving and running. 1st and 10 from the 31, right back to Brown. North Alabama, even when they get that initial contact, he still can churn those legs. That's a positive gain of 6.
Yeah, this is the most rhythm we've seen the SEMO offense have all night. And they look resigned to just keep running that ball on the inside until North Alabama stops it. What that's going to do, though, is they start to crowd that box. You can open up some things in the pass game for Hensley.
They're sticking with Brown. Why not? Breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, dives into the end zone. Touchdown! The true freshman's 2nd score of the night. He is quickly becoming the story for SEMO.
The inside run, you know it's coming, but can you stop it? SEMO says, we don't think you can. And Peyton Brown, an early enrollee, played high school football last year, came into this program, grasped the college game quickly, and now here he is when his team needs a big play. He made a monster one right there.
And the Redhawks are going to go for 2 here. They have to burn a timeout. Play clock was down to 5.
Missouri.
I think they didn't have enough guys on the field.
Seconds.
They're missing a lineman. Had to call a timeout.
So North Alabama going for that 2-point conversion after the first touchdown has forced them to chase points. Now, they failed to do it on the previous 2-point conversion. Now they're trying to pick it up again. The college football returns in a big way. Labor Day weekend, it kicks off Thursday night at Colorado, then Temple in Oklahoma on Friday. Look at that Saturday, all on ABC. Clemson in Georgia, Miami at Florida, Notre Dame, and Texas A&M. You agree that the Dogs should be the preseason #1 team?
I had Ohio State, but it's a coin flip, right, between Georgia and Ohio State, who has, in my opinion, the most talented roster. You know, for Georgia, 12 returning starters, Carson Beck, a Heisman candidate quarterback. They seem to have the pieces here, but they got a very, very tough schedule, 3rd toughest schedule in college football.
And SEMO converts, counted for 2, and the Redhawks a 21-15 lead with 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Now, we've said a couple of times tonight, this is a new era of college football. The FCS has had the playoff for a while, but the playoff is coming to FBS. This is how it's going to break down. 12 teams, but it's not as simple as 1 through 12. It's not the 12 best teams. It's the 5 highest ranked conference champions, and then the next 7 highest ranked teams or best teams. And those 4 highest ranked conference champions are seeded 1 through 4. So you could be the quote unquote 12th ranked team, but if you're a conference champion, you could get that bye. So Rocky Boyman, we put you on the spot. Here's a look at your preseason college football playoff.
Here's how I see it right here. As I talked about, I think Ohio State and Georgia have the 2 best rosters. I think you talk to Big 12. I think Utah's a tough team to beat. Got a lot of returning production, tough place to play. And with what happened with Florida State earlier today,
you're putting Miami
in there. I think they got a chance. Same thing, another very talented roster.
So here's a really good example, Rocky, because clearly you don't think Utah and Miami are the 3 and 4 best teams in the country, but doesn't matter. If they win their conference, Big 12 and ACC, they will get the bye. So Oregon, they could be on paper the 3rd best team. The best they can do is the 5th seed. Your team, Notre Dame.
They have a pretty tough sled in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'd be the 8th. They'd have to play Alabama. If you win, you get Ohio State. But the Irish, they cannot finish in the top 4 because they're not in a conference.
They're not in the conference.
The best they can do is 5th.
Right, yeah, so that means they can never get that 1st round bye, which is key. You know, and you see a 12 there in terms of the group of 5 teams. I think App State has a great roster. Joey Aguilar, quarterback, 3,700 yards, 33 touchdowns last year. Them and Memphis, I think, are the 2 leading candidates, in my opinion.
Big run here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Exactly what North Alabama needed. A 26-yard scamper for Jalen Fletcher. As we head to the 4th quarter, North Alabama trailing by 6. Should be a fun 4th quarter coming here in Montgomery. Southeast Missouri State takes a 6-point lead into the 4th quarter. Let's hear from their head coach, Tom Matukowicz, moments ago with Morgan Uber.
Coach, how has your freshman running back, Peyton Brown, made such an impact here in his college football debut?
Oh, it's been amazing to watch him play. He's done that since he's been here. He was an early enrollee, so we had him through spring, but I think we're wearing him down a little bit. He was able to get some of those hard-fought yards. That was fun.
Defensively, how do you stop this North Alabama team here in this 4th quarter?
Well, they're making it tough. This is what we all wanted, right? A 4th quarter game to open up college football on ESPN. I'm super proud of our team, how we're responding to Paxton's injury. And we just got to make one more play than they do.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Now, SEMO as a program has never been on ESPN before. Here they are kicking off the college football season in the year 2024 with a 6-point lead as we start the 4th quarter. Redhawks in white on defense. North Alabama with the football, trailing by 6. Ari Patu, dual threat quarterback. What does he need to do, Rock, here in the 4th quarter?
Well, for right now, I mean, the important thing for SEMO is you got to find a way to get a stop now, because if you get the ball back, I don't think North Alabama's defense, we talked about their defense is small. I don't know. They look gassed. I don't think they can stop the run at this point, but it comes down to your defense right now getting that ball back.
And Patu and North Alabama offensively might know that, so that puts a premium on this possession that you have to go down and put up a score here.
Absolutely. I think that's, I mean, right now, Brent Dearman knows we can't, you know, punt this ball away and give that ball back to SEMO and just let them pound the ball inside all the way down the field again. Got to find a way to get points here. That falls on the shoulders, number 1, the quarterback, Patu.
Goes under center for the 2nd time tonight. Hands off to Juice Allen. Needed 2, got 3. So 1st down, North Alabama keeps the drive alive.
And we came into this game talking about the quarterbacks, but it's been the running backs for both these teams that have really carried the weight.
And with that carry, Allen hits 100 yards on 13 touches and a touchdown. Dennis Moody into the game to relieve Allen. Gets the carry. Moody sheds a tackler. And falls forward for a solid gain of 7 on 1st down.
It's good stuff. You put a trips formation way off down near the sideline. Just remove some of those players from that box and run the ball.
Quick snap here. Send it outside to Kobe Warden, trying to turn that corner, and another 1st down for North Alabama. Really finding a rhythm here.
This is a great job. Wide receiver blocking. Gets 3 wide receivers out there in front of Ward. Look at it. It's like having 3 offensive linemen out there doing the dirty work. Making a nice, tough run. And the MO here is keep peppering the outside, okay? Then get that defense to stretch it out, then get Juice Allen going up the middle.
Patu steps up, gonna tuck and run. Well read by SEMO. That's Bryce Norman, the leading tackler for the last 3 seasons. Now we asked, does he set the standard defensively? And the coaching staff replied, he is the standard.
He is the standard, and that was a nice tackle he made right there. If Bryce Norman doesn't bring Patu down, he could be scampering all the way to the end zone. At some point here, it's going to be up to Patu to make a big-time throw here. I feel like he's been a little bit late on a lot of his throws tonight. Find an open guy and pull the trigger. There you go.
That's Warden again. Absorbs a big hit, short of the sticks. 3rd and 2 upcoming.
There goes some tempo here.
Moody trying to push that pile, needs two. Going to be very close here. Really depends on the spot.
I think they're just going for it here. Going to try to go quick.
4th and half a yard. They snap it quickly. Blown up in the backfield. Bryce Norman. Jared Pedraza and Bryce Norman storming through the 2 linebackers. Turnover on downs. What a stop for SEMO.
Biggest play of the game. Nassim Caro, the defensive lineman with the interior penetration. And there came the cavalry. A huge stop, trying to go quick. SEMO's defense, simplified plan comes up big. They bring the ball back to their offense.
Well, last year, SEMO really struggled to penetrate both in the run and the pass. Well, tonight, Rocky, they've used that offseason. They've been terrific. This last one, biggest play of the night.
This was the play of the game, and you're going to see Caro right here, just the penetration right in that B gap, and that's going to leave a gap wide open for Pedraza, the linebacker. But you can see the penetration, forces that running back to bounce to the outside, and then Pedraza is right there untouched. Here comes the cavalry. It's just great, simple team defense. Gap sound in flying to the football.
And whether it's that pass rush, you see the 3 sacks that they've had tonight, or in the running game, they are getting a really nice push. Now can their offense capitalize and make this a 2-score game? If you get a field goal on this drive, you're up by 9. A 2-possession football game. Some breathing room for the first time because these 2 teams have been tight throughout.
Well, I mentioned earlier, but in my opinion, North Alabama's defense is gas. So I think it's going to be handoffs up the middle over and over and over here until they show they can stop it.
Quarterback play action. Little trickery there. Everyone thought they were going with the run, and it's Cam Pedro on the grab for SEMO.
Well, that's your run-pass option, right? That ball could have been easily handed off, but he saw the overhang player, the linebacker, collapse down, so he throws the slant. That's how it works.
And North Alabama clearly frustrated. Ashad Williams, another Lion cramping. We've seen 8 of them in this game, and their defense needs a stop, trailing by 6 in the 4th quarter.
Well, Jay, we came into this game talking about the impact of these 2 quarterbacks, but it's been the freshman running back, Peyton Brown, that's really been the story tonight. 80 yards and 2 touchdowns in his last 2 drives. He's been a particular workhorse. 5 rushes, 47 yards, and the touchdown. And I think we're going to see plenty more of Peyton Brown as this game goes on, breaking tackles here. What a tremendous start of a career for that young man.
Yeah, you could not have scripted a better collegiate debut than this one. Now just trying to hold on to this lead and secure the win. Brown gets the carry. Wow. Bounces off a tackler. He is so tough to bring down. Feels like he always avoids that first contact. Another gain of 7.
It's best in football when you can hear a play versus just see it. Look at that, just bounces right off. You heard that pop all the way up here in the booth. 6'1", 215 pounds. Compact, strong body on that kid. What a start.
And North Alabama has not shown they can stop Peyton Brown in this SEMO rush. They do there. No! Quarterback keeper! Carter Hensley! Everybody in the stadium was fooled. Hensley all the way to the 10. What a moment for the backup quarterback. He has come in and grinded this for the Redhawks. Gain of 46.
And let's give Jeremy McDowell, the play caller for SEMO, a lot of credit here. He says, look, we know that whole team is focused on Peyton Brown. How about we just let Carter Hensley pull that ball on a naked outside run, no blockers, just pull that thing and fools everybody. Gutsy play call, gutsy run. Man.
At times it has not been pretty for Hensley and this SEMO offense, but they're leading on the scoreboard and they're trying to make this a 2-touchdown lead. Brown bottled up that time.
Again, we'll go back to, you got to give SEMO's defense a lot of credit because it was them getting the stops that allowed their offense to run this kind of game plan. Take the pressure off the redshirt freshman backup quarterback. Let the run game take over. It's worked out beautifully.
Flag thrown before the snap.
Offside. Defense. Number 9. Unabated to the quarterback. Half the distance to the goal. Still second down.
And if you are looking for UFC Fight Night, that has started over on ESPN News. This feels like the ball game for North Alabama. Have to find a way to get a stop here. That penalty won't help.
So what you're seeing North Alabama is just selling out to stop the run. So if I'm SEMO, I'm going to target that guy right there, my 6'7" wide receiver, try to throw one up to him here. One-on-one coverage.
Hensley goes to Brown instead. He's upended. This will be 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. SEMO would love some breathing room. Leading by 6, trying to make this a 2-score game. Punch it in here on a 3rd and goal. They have grinded in this second half with their backup quarterback, Carter Hensley. They go to Brown, trying to muscle it in, and he does!
Wow.
What a night for the true freshman. 3 touchdowns in his collegiate debut.
And Jay, to me, what separates a good running back from a great one is the great ones, their legs don't stop on contact. Reddick, one of the best defensive player, bang, meets him in the hole, and the legs keep driving through the pylon. What an excellent job of just smash-mouth football by SEMO.
Offense stays on for the 2-point try. Confusion here. Epton trying to turn the corner, not going to get there. Seemed like a broken play from the start, so North Alabama holds on the 2-point try. But the Lions down 12, 7:13 to play.
One of the gutsiest calls of the game, having Hensley pull this ball and go on the run to the outside with the keeper. And then from there, it's the Peyton Brown show as we've seen all night, setting up the touchdown here. Peyton Brown hitting pay dirt, churning those legs. SEMO in control of this game.
Starting tonight, there is going to be college football on your TV every Saturday night until January, and it's kind of a new era. The college football playoff expanding to 12 teams. We've heard a lot about conference realignment. It's finally happened. 14 FBS schools changing conferences this offseason. The one thing that's remained the same, Georgia entering as preseason favorites. Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs looking to add a 3rd national championship in his tenure.
Yeah, Georgia always recruiting at high level, and then you return 12 starters from a great team last year.
They start the season on ABC next Saturday with Dabo Swinney and Clemson. Which of these 6 games stands out to you, Rocky? They're all must-watch, but the one that you really can't wait for.
I mean, look, I'm going to point to the Notre Dame A&M game because I think Notre Dame's schedule sets up very, very favorably if you can get past that opening game, a tough place to play in College Station. And I'm interested to see Clemson. I feel like they're a team, everyone's kind of, said, they're not going to be a part of the conversation here. You never know. First game of the year, they're always kind of crazy. Maybe they sneak up and catch Georgia.
Another incomplete pass from Ari Patu to start the drive. He's trying to pick out Takari Kennebrew, who's the leading receiver in school history, has the Lions touchdown record with 26. He's only been targeted twice tonight, including that ball, and he's yet to make a catch.
And North Alabama has just not found a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers tonight. I think a lot of that falls on Patu.
Over the middle, hard hit, ball's out. SEMO says they have it, and they do. Jared Pedraza. He had the stop on 4th down on the previous possession. Comes up with the takeaway there, and SEMO can feel it.
Rolling on the field is a completed catch, fumble, and recovered by the defense. First down, Southeast Missouri.
Patu tries to just force one in here and drive it in, and it looked like the ball was actually caught, but he ripped that thing out as it wasn't secured by Dakota Warfield. What a great job of just second effort on that play. Always good defenders are always hacking and ripping away at that ball, and it comes up big for Pedraza there.
I'm wondering, Rocky, if Warfield's knee down before the ball's ripped out. Look at that.
That ball's out.
Yeah.
That ball's out. And I certainly don't see any indisputable video evidence to overturn that thing. It's just a great football play. I just know as a former defender, those are the plays that fire up a coaching staff. They'll replay that play tomorrow 15 times and saying, hey, look, that's what happens when you go with the football aggressively, ripping, pulling that thing away, good things happen.
But what an incredible comeback this is for SEMO. They were down 15-7 in this game, and then you lose your starting quarterback. And from the time DeLaurent went out, the Redhawks have ripped off 20 unanswered points.
I mean, and for North Alabama, you got to just look at this as a total missed opportunity. Again, like you give a team an option to, where you're playing the backup quarterback, you like your odds in that thing, but they get 20 unanswered, and that's tough. We have not been able to capitalize offensively and do much all night.
Great determination shown by SEMO. Now trying to throw the knockout punch. Here's Brandon Epton turning the corner inside the 5. Flags in the backfield. This could very well negate the Epton run.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 19. That penalty's half the distance to the goal line and an automatic first down.
Not only does it not negate it, it puts the ball on the 1-yard line. Now, if they give the ball to the true freshman running back, Peyton Brown, and he scores a 4th touchdown, that would tie that would break a FCS kickoff game record. He's already tied it with 3 touchdowns tonight.
Impressive night. Coach Mantugowicz talked very highly of him coming into the week, and that young man has delivered. You just never know how it's going to work out for a freshman, right? First time playing college football, hot night like that. Boy, he showed up big.
Looks like they keep Epton, the SMU transfer, in the backfield. Make it 26 unanswered for SEMO, untouched. Carter Hensley, the backup quarterback, engineers a heck of a comeback for this Redhawks team.
That's twice tonight. They've had the quarterback just pull that ball, take it to the outside, And there's Paxton DeLaurent liking what he's seeing. See, everybody's selling out to stop that interior run. Pull that thing, head to the outside. Great play call, great execution.
So we thought the moment of this game, with North Alabama leading 15-7, was Paxton DeLaurent getting knocked out. And it very well might have been, because it has inspired them to rip off 26 unanswered.
And here's a play where DeLaurent goes out, takes a big shot to that shoulder. He goes to the locker room. Hensley comes in, and 3 of his first 5 plays were no good at all. -3, -19, a sack fumble. But then he settled down. This was the play of the game. This got him into rhythm. 3rd and 17, hits one for 23. And then this was the second big play he had. Pulling that ball on the dive, scampers to the outside, huge run, sets up touchdown, and then same thing later on there with a touchdown we just saw a second ago. I mean, and what a confidence builder. I mean, hopefully for SEMO, Paxton DeLaurent, injury isn't very significant. He can come back here, but it's always nice to know you got a quarterback in Carter Hensley you can count on. He's got some experience. Good thing to have.
Flags coming out on the kickoff return.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, receiving team number 32. That penalty's half the distance to the goal line. First down, North Alabama.
Well, guys, Coach Matukowicz just walked up to me and said, I just want to let you know that Carter Hensley, he just got put on a scholarship just this fall. Something he didn't share with us in our meetings this week, but wanted to make sure that we knew that. But it's been really interesting to watch Carter and DeLaurent really implementing some of the things that he learned at that Manning Passing Academy. He wants to be a coach one day, and he said he really enjoyed hearing from Bill Belichick those lessons of leadership through his military perspective. Team first, teammates second, and self last. And he has not missed a beat, still serving as a coach, really upbeat, and congratulating the team after every single one of these touchdowns since he's been out.
Great story about Carter Hensley, and thanks to Coach Matukowicz for telling us that.
Yeah, really, that was great.
He's earned that scholarship in this second half, no doubt about it.
Coach Matukowicz is saying, made a good decision there. Got a guy we can rely on. Singled him out.
So as positive as this has been for SEMO, feels like a missed opportunity for North Alabama, who held the lead in this game. Almost another turnover there. Just feels like a very sloppy second half.
And I didn't play quarterback growing up, but to me, Patu he's just late on every throw. It's like the guy's open, pull the trigger, and it's just a little bit late. That's why you're seeing balls getting ripped away, getting batted down. A lot of quarterback is just seeing it and letting it rip, not overanalyzing it.
And it's intercepted. 4 turnovers on the night for North Alabama. And that one seals it for SEMO. Justice Johnson. What a second half performance this has been for the Redhawks.
And I don't think Patu even saw Johnson. There was pressure in his face. Boy, Casey bringing it on defense here. A little bit of a line stunt, a little bit of a shot there to him, but I don't think he's, even before that, I don't think he saw Justice Johnson undercutting that thing. Great job Johnson was in cover 2. He had that flat, but he did a good job of sinking, getting depth, forcing that throw, either go high or getting underneath it. He picked that thing off.
And as it stands, SEMO shutting out North Alabama in this second half. That defense has set the tone, and Carter Hensley in the offense has stepped up in a big way. 26 unanswered. They have made a statement in this second half. The first college football Saturday. It starts in Dublin. Awesome college game day. Nick Saban joining the crew overseas. And Georgia Tech then upsets Florida State. One game in, you get a huge win for the Yellow Jackets. Florida State, what can you say? You know, the good news is, you said it, a year from now they would be eliminated from the conversation. Yeah. Now at least they still have a chance if they can battle back and find a way to win the ACC.
Tell you what, though, for Florida State, that isn't the issue. It's they need better quarterback play. DJU was not as impressive as a lot of people thought in his 5th year. Most of his passes were 5 yards or less and missed some big-time throws. Haynes King was easily the best quarterback on that football field. Georgia Tech's guy.
Thrilling game. They win it on a walk-off field goal. I feel like those games in Dublin always get a terrific, awesome game to start the season. The Irish have played in it a bunch.
Yes.
You were telling me you've never been to Ireland.
Never been there.
I feel like that has to change.
It does.
That was an awesome scene in Dublin. The closest thing we've gotten to Ireland this week is we had lunch at the Cajun Leprechaun here in Montgomery.
We had some great food there, though. 10 out of 10.
Trust me that you're going to want to go to Ireland. Going to the Cajun Leprechaun doesn't quite check the box.
Yeah, I'll still keep Ireland itself on my vacation list.
Now, 4th and 3. SEMO going to just run as much clock off as possible. Under 3 minutes here in the 4th quarter.
Timeout, Southeast Missouri. Their 2nd and a half. 30 seconds.
How about this for the Redhawks? They had 30 rush yards since the 4:41 mark in the 3rd quarter. They've had 147 after they went more than 2.5 quarters with only 30.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, their rush game has been legit. And what it does, it allows your young quarterback, Carter Hensley, take the pressure off him, just keep pounding that football. It's been a great recipe for him.
You know, college football is back, a really exciting game for about 3 quarters, and then SEMO just steps on the gas from then on out. Looking big picture, Rocky, what are you most looking forward to in this college football season?
I go back to, I mean, of course, the playoff, but also with conference realignment, you're going to get some great matchups. I mean, you're going to get Oregon, Ohio State in October, right? That's not usually like an early season game maybe, but with some of this conference realignment, you're going to get some great matchups. I know people are a little uneasy about, you know, West Coast teams in the Big Ten and all that sort of thing, but and at the end of the day, it's about putting a great product on the field that people want to watch, and a lot of great matchups that folks are going to want to tune into.
Felt like last season a big storyline coming into the year, Deion Sanders and Colorado. Well, week 1, they've got an FCS opponent, and usually when it's FBS against FCS, you're thinking this is a cupcake. Not North Dakota State. No. The Bison are going to bring it to Boulder.
Yeah. North Dakota State #2 in the preseason FCS rankings. They made it all the way to the semis last year, lost to Montana, but always a tough out. They recruit very, very well. And that's going to be a tough game for Colorado, especially with Colorado with, you know, all the transfers and things, new players. They got to get used to being a part of that program.
You can watch it Thursday, 8 Eastern time, right here on ESPN. That kicks off what is a loaded Labor Day weekend of football. But this is the appetizer here. FCS kickoff, 10th year in a row that ESPN has done it. And tomorrow night, Sunday Night Baseball, the series finale of this 4-game set between the Astros and Orioles, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. ESPN2 will have a special StatCast edition, and our coverage begins 6 Eastern with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown.
It's hard to believe MLB season coming to an end. Playoffs going to be starting there soon.
And those are 2 teams that are definitely going to be in the mix. MLB keeps expanding the playoff as well. College football.
They're onto something here.
Yeah, taking a page out of a lot of playbooks. It's funny, at the FCS level, these 2 teams, they've been doing an expanded playoff. They expanded to 12 teams in 1982. So it took them
Head of the curve.
4 decades for FBS to catch up.
Yeah.
And now what's funny is we haven't even had 1 season of 12, and there's people already calling for 16.
Yeah, 16, and then it'll be 24. Yeah, it's going to keep adding on.
I think it's exciting because, again, we just said it, but a team like Florida State a year ago, they're dead. Yeah. Now they've got a chance, and I think there's going to be a lot of teams that can absorb a loss or 2 that do.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the pocket.
Legitimately have a chance to win a national championship, and now they'll get that chance.
The game I always point out is 2018 Ohio State had an unbelievable team. They go into Purdue. Purdue puts it on them, right? They lose. They come back a couple weeks later, put like 62 points on Michigan. But they're left out of the playoff. You know, that 1 loss just totally derailed their chances. In a scenario like that would never happen this year moving forward with the 12-team playoff.
We're talking about this new year of college football, another new thing this season, the 2-minute timeout. So we'll step aside one final time as SEMO a comfortable 22-point lead cushion.
The 12-team college football playoff is here. The 4 highest-ranked conference champions will get first-round byes, and the 8 teams seeded 5 through 12 will play at the host campus starting December 20th. From there, the playoff will play out as dictated by the bracket. The quarterfinals and semifinals will be played at traditional New Year's Six bowl game locations, and it all culminates with the national championship game on January 20th, only on ESPN.
Great explainer there by ESPN's Kirk Herbstreit. You know, it's a lot to digest with this new 12-team playoff. The good news is you got till December 20th to wrap your head around it and figure it out, and we're going to be talking a lot about it all fall long. But this was a very competitive game through 3 quarters, Rocky, and then SEMO just stepped on the gas. They have outscored North Alabama 24-0 in this second half.
Yeah, and we've talked about SEMO's run game. That of course, was the big difference here. But their defense coming up big, stopping Ari Patu and this North Alabama offense. And that just allowed SEMO's run game to be able to just settle in. Didn't force Carter Hensley to have to put the ball in the air a ton. Good complimentary football tonight from SEMO.
There's been some hard hits too for this Redhawks defense. Feel like they've really set the tone. And when you lose your starting quarterback as a former defender, does that make you raise your game? You know that you have to be even better?
Oh, absolutely. And that's why football is the ultimate team game. Because, okay, hey, look, we're down our guy at quarterback. That means we got to step up. And I've been in huddles and units where that conversation is had. You know, that's why it's, in my opinion, the greatest of games, because when something bad happens on one side, the other side of the ball has got to pick up the slack.
And on the other side, it's human nature, but North Alabama, you've got a 15-7 lead. You see the opposing team lose their starting quarterback. You're thinking, we got this thing, and it was nothing but the sort.
You think they got it, how it started off. You know, Carter Hensley did not look good But it came down to North Alabama just could not take advantage of that humongous opportunity. You catch a team with their backup quarterback who doesn't have any experience, you got to find a way to stomp on them, and they didn't.
Another turnover on downs. A pitiful second half offensively for North Alabama. They're going to be shut out in this second half. And the mantra all offseason for this Lions team was finish, finish. They had 7 leads last year that they lost. Mark this down as 1 lead that they lost to start the 2024 season.
They had every opportunity. This is one. And I like Brent Dearman. I think he's going to find a way to circle the wagons here, but they got a lot of things to figure out in this football team right now.
And the Lions head coach Dearman, you see that 212 on his chest, the temperature which water boils at. I think this has been taken off the burner.
Yeah, well, I think he's been boiling over tonight a little bit, just I think frustrated with how his team has played.
You can't say enough good things about the true freshman running back Peyton Brown and the backup quarterback Carter Hensley, an unlikely duo to give SEMO the win. Credit to them.
Well, and this is the kind of football that Tom Matugowicz, the the head coach for SEMO, wants to play, right? He talked about, let's get back to our fundamentals, blocking, tackling, and they did just that tonight. He's got to be really, really happy with how his team played and the style that they played.
The Redhawks finish this game with 30 unanswered points. Put a stamp on Saturday night. Now, we were talking in the lead up to this, how great it is that just the sun would go down on a Saturday night and there would be football on ESPN for the first time in 238 days. And guess what? You get football every Saturday night now until middle of January.
Middle of January. Yeah, it's going to be such a fun ride. And just the newness of it with the playoff and the conference realignment and some of the rule changes. I mean, FBS is going to get the helmet-to-helmet communication. That's going to be a different wrinkle that teams are going to have to adapt to. You know, the sideline, they have the iPads where they can view the film on the sideline. That's a new wrinkle. So a lot of new cool stuff. You never know what's going to happen this year.
And let's go down to Morgan Uber and hear from the hero, backup quarterback Carter Hensley for SEMO.
Carter, congratulations.
Thank you.
Quarterback Paxton DeLaurent goes down. Your number was called. When did you feel in complete command of this offense?
I've felt that way from the beginning. Paxton's been a really good mentor, and we just got great leadership on the team. It's really just, great atmosphere to succeed.
What was his role on the sideline? How much was he in your ear tonight? What was he telling you?
Oh, he was telling me everything, man, helping me, know the ropes. He's taught me since the beginning, so I've got a close relationship with him. It's been good, but I got to give all credit to the man upstairs and my O-line and running back. Great game.
Speaking of your freshman running back, Peyton Brown, 3 touchdowns tonight. How much did that take the pressure off of you with his ability to run the ball?
Oh, yeah, made it a lot easier. I only had to step up when I needed to, but, yeah, Peyton Brown's great player. He'll continue to be for the rest of the season, so it's great.
Carter, thank you so much.
Yep,
Congrats.
Thank you.
Jay?
Southeast Missouri State, FCS kickoff champions. Football is back. Little appetizer, it'll be back in full force Labor Day weekend. For our entire crew, Rocky Boyman, Morgan Uber, I'm Jay Alter saying so long from Montgomery, Alabama.